Hey guys, welcome to another video where today I'm going to be looking at LEGO Harry Potter, specifically from 2001 to 2021, because it's the 20th anniversary and I thought we would go back and take a look. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on, not every set in detail, but just a general impressions on each year, I should say. And it's going to be my second live commentary. I did one with the Minecraft video with the new set leaks, or not leaks but announcements, and that went down pretty well, so I thought I'd do another one here. But yeah, let's get into it. So obviously we're going to start with 2001, where we had pretty awful sets such as this. A set like this is so detached from the universe, it's just not desirable for me whatsoever. A set like this though, I'd really like to see in 2021, because they are obviously going back and remaking some of these 2001 sets because it's the 20th anniversary, but so far we've not seen this set be remade, which is a shame because we're getting the chessboard and we're getting the trapdoor, and the two sets we are missing from that whole kind of scene is the Winkies room and then kind of the final room where you have the Mirror of Erised here. But this would be a cool set if it was £10 to £20 and it came with the Mirror of Erised. Like we got in the Great Hall, but obviously make it a little bit different. I think it'd be really cool. I'm not really sure where this glow-in-the-dark orange spider appears in the film, but that sums up 2001 LEGO Harry Potter a lot. They just throw in some random pieces. We'll probably see something in this next set, like another spider, this time in green. This is a set I'd love to see. Obviously, we don't need this chess scene now. I'm not even going to call this a chessboard. It's just not a chessboard. It's got one piece and it's a 3x3. But the actual Winkies room's pretty cool. I think essentially we've got two of these because one of them came with the Through the Trapdoor set, which we've probably seen a little bit. I love the little keys and everything like that. I love how the key which you're meant to get is all in chrome. But LEGO don't really do chrome anymore. If they're going to do chrome, they'll do them in stickers, just like in the new Discovery Shuttle. But I don't think they do them in pieces anymore because they scratch easily. That's the rumour I've heard. But it is a shame. But that is a very nice set. I would like that to be remade. This not so much. We've already got like a potions classroom in the, I think it's the Astronomy Tower. We got one in the Whomping Willow set. We got Snape's office and then like a little potions office off to the side. But I think we got one as well in the Astronomy Tower. So we wouldn't need something like this. But what I do love about this set though is the glow-in-the-dark Snape. Like, I know it makes zero sense whatsoever, but I think it's just a really cool figure. I really like that one. So yeah, this is the Through the Trapdoor set I was talking about. In some respects, it's better than the Fluffy set that's coming out this year, which is based off this, by the way. Like the Fluffy, I'd say is just better. I mean, the heads on the new Fluffy, I'd say, are better in my opinion, but the actual body looks far more like a dog than the new one. Also, the Devil's Snare looks far better and it's far bigger than the other one, and I think they've done it justice here. And that's, there's not really much more to say about that. I like how it swings in and out. I think they needed to add more wall area though for the actual trapdoor room, but it's not really a room, it just looks like a roof. But yeah, I really do like this set. I like the blue fire as well. And then the first Hagrid's Hut set. See, I'm not really sure if I like this one. I know a lot of people do like this one. We do get Norbert, which I don't know. Is that the only time we get Norbert in a Hagrid's Hut set? I think it might be. But it's just the way the roof is made. It looks neat. There's not many gaps. But it's just the fact they've used card to do it, which I think is kind of cheating. And they did the same with the 2001 Hogwarts Castle. The way it opens up is pretty nice though, I must admit. The first Hogwarts Express. I did have this set. See, looking at the 2003 version, which we'd see in a little bit, it hasn't really changed much from this one, which shows it was just a pretty solid design initially when it came out in 2001. Obviously, looking at it now, we can tell it looks pretty bad. But 20 years ago, I think this looked pretty cool. The platform was really nice. I really like the platform. And the locomotive, I think, is pretty cool. But it's just the wheels that look odd for me, because they're just not really train wheels, are they? They're just tiny. We don't get a coal carriage either. So the 2001 Hogwarts Castle. I did have this set as well. And this is this is really a fan favourite. And the 2021 Chamber of Secrets set is also built off this. Pretty much to the T. Obviously we get like the balcony like the new one, we get the long tower like the new one, the Great Hall, and we even get this little side section here, but in the 2021 Chamber of Secrets set, this is just the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets, it's just the door to it. Yeah, really cool set. I wish you could see more pictures of the inside. I think it goes for quite a fair bit as well. So do these, by the way, sealed. These go for a hell of a lot of money, which I do not understand because they are so bad. I think these are more geared towards the feminine market, because of all the colours. You get your pinks, your light blues, your oranges, whites. That's a nice piece, a little gold chrome piece. I'm not really sure what that is. That would have been a nice snitch piece, to be honest. Like, I think this is chrome here. I think it's on a jumper. That's a cool set. I'm not really sure what this is because it looks like a classroom here. But here, I don't really know. Maybe that's the Mirror of Erised. I think it is the Mirror of Erised. This is the Gryffindor common room. You've got the fat lady and you've got the... I do like this bed kind of cloth piece. I think that works really well. But it's just a shame the bed is orange. And we also get a little cloth here. That's really cool, actually, for the covers. Okay, that's a little bit of a better set. Get some pink cups and stuff. This is just weird. I think this is Diagon Alley. Because we get Crookshanks, a trans purple chest, which God knows how much that is on Bricklink. I don't want to know. Some money. Obviously, that's just a counter. There's a big massive fire next to the counter. I don't know why. And then you get this big purple cup things. You see, Lego like ended up putting money into the wrong areas. Like, instead of like giving us a better build, just generally speaking, they were like, okay, let's focus a lot of resources on making this a weird cup piece, which no one was expecting. But yeah, that's just Lego back in the day. And I think we're getting on to 2002 now. And I think this was only £2.99. And usually a set like this today would come in a poly bag. But this set actually came in a box. And you probably need to revert back to that because of environmental issues with the poly bags. Obviously, plastic isn't the best thing to use. But with a cardboard box, you can't go wrong. And I think it's more desirable if the poly bags came in boxes like this as well. Obviously this set we just get two, get Harry and Draco, but we also get Remembrall piece, which is probably the only reason anyone bought this set. This set as well was really cheap. I think this set retailed for £9 or $10, and it came with a really nice troll, which even for today's standards doesn't look out of place. Like, the mould for it is spectacular, I think. And I much prefer a mould like this than a brick built one, to be fair. But yeah, the girls' bathroom looks cool. I mean, this play feature doesn't make too much sense because it never really happened in the film. I get it's trying to simulate rocks being thrown at it, but it didn't come from the ceiling, it came from the hands, but that's fine. At least we get a play feature. But this is actually a really solid set, I think. I don't know how much it goes for on Bricklink, I'm guessing a lot, but back in the day, £9 for this set is a really, really good price. So yeah, I rebought the set on Bricklink for a hefty price. I can't remember how much exactly, but obviously I bought this about 2 years ago, so about 18-19 years after it's been released. So I did pay a lot. It comes with a lot of golden like chrome money pieces, money bag tiles. I just love this set because it looks so fun. You get the bank vault, you get like the Gringotts building and the big counter, and then obviously the rail system here. and I'd want Lego to remake this set, but in like a massive scale. So I'm talking £100 to £150. Just like the Indiana Jones set. I can't remember exactly what it's called now, but I'm sure you know which one I mean, with the big, minecart rail system with the like, I think it's a big like stand thing at the top, and it basically just goes down to the bottom and just wiggles around. And I think they need to redo like a set like this with Harry Potter, and I should have done it for the 20th anniversary, to be honest, and make it just a big play set where you get like, let's say 2 or 3 different vaults. You get the Lestrange vault, you could get Harry's vault, and you could get the vault where the Philosopher's Stone lies, and just have it so the minecart can stop off at each one. And you can also, have the dragon, the blind white dragon as well, so you can do the escape from Gringotts scene, because everyone wants a Gringotts, but everyone wants the building, right? Which obviously I'm not complaining. I'd want the Gringotts building as well, but also what I'd want is underground Gringotts, because that's the real attraction for me of Gringotts, is the big underground sections with all the vaults and the the rail systems and stuff. That's where all the fun is for me. And you can't really do 2 in 1, obviously. So I think they should make 2 separate Gringotts sets, one like this, and then one just the building that can attach to Diagon Alley. And then we see our first Quidditch set, and the only one with a chrome snitch. So it's the best one now. But it is a really good one. We only get like one stand here, just like the 2010 version, I believe. The heaps here, I imagine these are unique molds. And this is a pretty decent set. It's a pretty fun set. You put obviously your little bludgers here and quaffles, so you can just flick them up and catch them. And I enjoyed this as a kid. I'll just buy 2 of these and make a big Quidditch set, like I did in 2010 and like I did in 2018. Let's have a look again. So we get this is an Aragog set, or you should say a Forbidden Forest set. The Aragog here looks terrible. The Aragog's layer bit doesn't really make too much sense, because Aragog can't even stay there. He can't fit in the middle of all that. So I'm not really sure what the point of that was. I think if they were to remake this set, obviously make a really good Aragog that's huge, bigger than the one we got in Hagrid's Hut, for example. Make it really big, and then make like a middle-sized spider, like the size of the one we got in Hagrid's Hut, or the one we got in the recent 2018 Forbidden Forest set, and then give us a small spider. So I'd want 3 different scale sizes of spiders rather than just 2. I'd also add more trees and have a bigger clearing. I think it would be quite a pricey set, but I think it'll be one which, I don't know, would many people buy? Because a lot of people don't like spiders, but I'd buy it. So we have the first Privet Drive set, and I mean, looking back at this set, I really like it, but I have to admit it's pretty bad, especially looking at the 2019 version. I believe it was 2019 or 2020, one of them. I think it was 2020, the new Privet Drive set. Obviously we get Dudley Dursley, Ron, Harry. I'm not sure if we get Petunia and Dudley, but the house is very basic, and you essentially just get some stairs leading to Harry's room, and that's it. But this was like 2002-ish, 2003, something like that. The Ford Angler actually looks pretty good for today's standards, but the actual house looks horrific, I must admit. What have we got next? Dumbledore's office. Yes, I really love this set. Obviously get McGonagall all in green. I'm absolutely sick to death of seeing this character in green, because she's only green in 2 films, the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets. From Prisoner of Azkaban onwards, we only see her in black. So it's kind of annoying that we've had 20 years of Lego Harry Potter and only green McGonagalls. And not one dressed in black yet, but that's fine on these earlier year ones. So we get the staircase going upwards with, I'm not really sure what's off to the side. We get like a key and then like a little vault thing. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but obviously you go up to the office. You've got the chair and the desk, and you get a swirly thing at the top. I'm not really sure what's going on there. It looks like it's meant to represent a pensive. Looking at it like now, it's just such a bizarre set. Not really sure what's going on here, but I still think it is pretty cool. And the Chamber of Secrets set, yeah, this definitely was 2002. I would like a remade Chamber of Secrets set. I know we're getting the Great Hall set, which has the Chamber of Secrets below, but I mean a proper Chamber of Secrets set like this. That comes with a big basilisk. I think I'll be fine with them reusing the same basilisk piece, because the new one we get is pretty awesome. But I just love to see that hallway we get like extended with those statues off to the side. I think this was quite a pricey set back in the day. We get Ginny, Tom Riddle, Harry with the sword, Lockhart, also Ron, and then look at Fawkes the Phoenix. That's such a weird Fawkes. Those snake shields on the side look really cool, and so do those wall pieces. I think those are prints, and that's a really welcome addition here. The face looks pretty bad. I think it needs to be much bigger. But yeah, I think that's one of my favourite Harry Potter sets so far that we've seen. And then moving on, we got Freeing Dobby. This is not really much to really say about this one, is it? The Dobby's looks pretty cool, but yeah, not really much to say about this. We do get this set technically. We get it in the new Chamber of Secrets Great Hall set, because the Great Hall could be configured to look like this. We get Snape and Gilderoy in dark green. I don't think we ever see him in dark green. When did we ever see him in that colour? I don't know. Well, maybe he had bad images from the film to go off. I'm not really sure when these were designed. They may have been designed before the second film came out. All the stars and the capes, forgot about that. I'm not really sure what this is. I think this is either a Slytherin common room, or it's just a potion classroom again. I'm inclined to say the Slytherin common room, but it doesn't really make sense why they're bringing potions in it. That's why I'm saying it could be either one or the other, but I don't really have much of an opinion on the set. At least we get Crabbe and Goyle, but the bad figures, let's be honest. Quality Quidditch supplies here. This is actually a really neat set. I think in a set like this, it would have been welcome to get a unique, specially printed like Nimbus 2000 broomstick, which actually had Nimbus 2000 written on it. Like, the actual mold could just be the same, though I'd change it, right? I'd make it straight at the bottom rather than like curved like all the other broomsticks are. And just have Nimbus 2000 written on it in gold at the top. But they did that set would sell so bloody well. Regardless, it's just a really nice set. Nice to get Draco in. Seems to be normal clothes as well. It's a pretty nice set. And then we've got Borgin and Burks. This is a pretty dark set, isn't it? These rooms are so bad. They are so bad. Is this meant to be Lucius, or is it meant to be Borgin? I don't even know. We get the hand. We see in the Chamber of Secrets. We get the brain in a jar. Obviously, if they were to make the set again, they would have the Vanishing Cabinet, but that wasn't really a thing back in 2002. I think in the extended version of the Chamber of Secrets, he gets in a cabinet, but we don't know it's like a big Vanishing Cabinet type thing, but that's only in the extended version of the film. Moving on, we've got, I think this is 2004 now, we've got the Polybag Night Bus, not really much to say. And then we get, this is where we get Malfoy gets injured by Buckbeak. I forgot his name then. You got the Monster Book of Monsters, that's quite a nice piece, and then just some foliage here. Yeah, quite like this set. It's probably a cheap way to get Buckbeak back in the day. This is a pretty cool set. You've got because obviously this leads to Honeyduke's cellar, and it's the statue with a witch on it, and basically you tap the witch 3 times or something. I can't remember exactly. It describes it in the book, and you fall below, and there's just a passageway to the cellar. I mean, I'm surprised they managed to make this into a set, because I didn't even think they could do it, but fair enough to them. And we get obviously Snape, Glow in the Dark, and Harry. All these are skin tone now, which is nice to see as well. So I really like this set. We get Boggart, Snape, Lupin. This would have been a cheap way to get Lupin and Snape. I mean, let's be honest, anyone buying this set back in the day are only getting it for the minifigures and maybe some of these bone pieces. But, the actual build, no one cares about it, let's be honest. These figures are fantastic. You probably go for a hefty amount on Bricklink as well. I'm actually curious, I'm going to check after this how much these 2 figures alone go for on Bricklink. Then we've got Sirius Black Escape. It's probably called that. I mean, we've got like a little cell with a lock on the door, which doesn't really make too much sense, because in the books, I think it's Flitwick's classroom that Sirius is held in, but some random prison at the top of a tower in Hogwarts, which conveniently exists, in the films. But that's not the set's fault, that is just the movie's interpretation being a bit silly. Yeah, this is another cheap way to get Buckbeak, I guess, and a Sirius Black figure. I mean, Sirius Black's one of my favourite characters as well. I just wish that we got him not in prison clothes, because every single Sirius Black figure we've ever got is wearing prison clothes, and it's just a bit. I want him in normal clothes once. I might just make my own figure version of him, but yeah. So this is one of my favourite Hagrid Hood sets, and a massive improvement from the last one in 2001. We get Hermione with the Time Turner piece. That's a really nice piece. It's a really nice Hermione figure generally. I think the face looks a bit ridiculous, because how old is she in this film? 14, and she looks about 55 in this set. But yeah, this is actually a really decent Hagrid Hood set, and I think the 2010 version didn't change too much. I think the face here for Hagrid looks really weird, and I'm sure the hands changed in 2010, but we'll have to see. And then we're on to one of my favourite Harry Potter sets of all time. I've already done a video on this, not this set specifically, but on all 3 of the Nightmare sets ever made, on a comparison video, and discussing which one I find best. I'll link that in the description below. But yeah, this is a great set. It only cost about £20 when it was released. And we get Sirius Black as a dog. We get Hedwig, which doesn't make any sense because she's not in that scene. Harry with the Lumos spell. And we get a pretty awesome triple-decker bus with Stan Shumbike driving, because he's got a promotion. Like I gave him a promotion, no only prank. But yeah, I'll leave that video in the description below. One of the most desirable sets for LEGO to remake, I reckon. I think they just cannot not remake this set, because it will be a crime if LEGO don't remake this set. I mean, this 2004 version was pretty epic. The Shrieking Shack span round. It's got a pretty neat interior. It looks pretty cool on the outside. The whole Honeyduke section is not needed, and it wouldn't be needed again now, because we have like a Hogsmeade set anyway. So yeah, that's not needed. But that box thing, you see that shed, you basically inserted Lupin in there, and then Wolf Lupin will come out. The Wolf Lupin figure alone goes for a hell of a lot on Bricklink, and it's obviously really inaccurate, because Lupin's whole body changes into a wolf, not just his head. But it's just LEGO being a bit, playing with her a bit for the kids, I guess. And then we've got another Hogwarts Castle set. I think this was 2004 as well. And where's that Trelawney? Yeah, there's the Trelawney figure. This is one of the most expensive minifigures that LEGO have ever made for Harry Potter. I think it's second to the Umbridge one from the 2007 Hogwarts Castle. It's about £50-60. But yeah, this set has my favourite version of Dumbledore, which is the purple Dumbledore with the flesh skin tone. These Dementors were awesome. You get Malfoy in a Slytherin outfit, and obviously Harry and Hermione. But the main attraction to the set, this is one of these sets where people are mostly buying this set at the time, obviously in 2004, for the build, and which is nice to see rather than just the minifigures. And that's because it's got a working swinging pendulum in the middle that's like mechanical. And I just wish they did something like that today. Like, I don't care if you want to make the price an extra £20 to add it in. I think it's worth it. But I'd love to see this feature implemented in this set again. And then we have the 2003 or it was 2004, I think. Yeah, 2004 Hogwarts Express. And this didn't really change much from the 2001 version because the 2001 version wasn't that bad. We saw like glass windows this time, just like I think it's the same ones used in the 2004 Night Bus set. We also saw some sticker changes, but apart from that, it's exactly the same set. The minifigures are better. We get a Lupin figure, which just makes it better, just like overall. We also get like a Ron and a Harry and a Dementor. And then we get, I don't think the platform was as good as the last time. Obviously, it's a different train station. The last one was King's Cross, and this time it's Hogsmeade. But I just think, generally speaking, it's a nicer set, mainly because of those two minifigures of the Dementor and Lupin. But apart from that, the train is essentially exactly the same. So now we're going to get onto the most expensive Harry Potter set of all time, and that's the Hogwarts Express, the 2004 version. This one, unlike the last one, had a track going around it. It had a proper big Hogsmeade station, and this sells upwards of £800 to £1,000 on eBay. It is an absolute beast of a set. It came with exactly the same minifigures, I think, as the last one. But the Hogsmeade station is obviously a lot more built up. It's a lot better, and we saw a coal carriage. Did we see a coal carriage in the last one? I can't remember. Let's try and go back. No, we didn't. So we see a coal carriage, which the motor is hidden underneath. And we saw the track, but the actual train, like the locomotive and the passenger carriage, are exactly the same. And then they released one with a spare track as well, which basically the set doesn't exist anymore. It can't really be found. Then we're moving on to 2005, and I think this is one of the best years for LEGO Harry Potter. I think this set needs to be remade as well, the second task. So we get, I think every single figure, yeah, is unique. So we get Krum with a shark head. You get Harry with like a gillyweed kind of print on his face because he's got gills. You get a mer person, but I think we should have got more than one. And we also get Harry and Ron. Hermione and Ron with special unique printed faces to look all dreamy and unconscious. And the actual build for this, like the archway and all the rest of it, is actually just really nice. We get a blue jellyfish as well, which is nice. And yeah, I mean, this is such a nice set. I don't know how much this retailed for, but I know it goes for a lot on Bricklink, understandably. And I believe these can be like launched off these figures. So yeah, really great set. And yeah, this set used to sell for an absolute fortune. Like I'm talking £500 plus. But ever since they released the 2020 or was it 2019 Graveyard Jewel set, I think it wasn't called the Graveyard Jewel. It was called like the final jewel or whatever. But you know which set I mean. This set has dropped quite a lot. It's still about 300-400 though, but it's dropped quite a lot. But I think this set is better in some respects, and I'm someone who loves the 2019 and 2020 version. There's just more in it. You got obviously the big gated fence area. You get the Harry and Voldemort. That Voldemort figure is absolutely amazing. Just the cape design, the glow in the dark head, I love it. And the Lucius figure is obviously a bit controversial because it's a face print. I'm not really going to go into that. The Wormtail figure is it's not too great. I think the hair print is the thing that really puts people off most. And even the outfit colour, I don't think he wears silver. But yeah, it's the fact we get all this extra detail that wasn't necessary, such as the big tree, the the kind of yard house thing in the background with a little bin and stuff. Tom Riddle's grave was essential, but stuff like the little cart in the background and some of the other graves and stuff, it just adds so much detail and makes the scene so much more wholesome. And yeah, I mean, it didn't fall short here, did they, Lego? They really went all the way and went out and gave us a great set. So props to Lego for that. And this is a set which is far better than its 2000 and I want to say 19. Yeah, 2019. It's definitely 2019. Like the remake in that year, because we actually got a dragon which, you know, didn't look like just an eagle. Its head here is much bigger. It's, you know, it's got fire breathing out of it, just like the new one, but it looks a lot more vicious. The teeth are much sharper and it's more jagged as well. And we get these massive horns coming out the side. And even on the wings, we see these big thorns. And I think the banana piece is coloured cream, which is really clever. But yeah, the dragon's so much better. Also, what's better is the actual, we get scenery. We don't just get like a weird small tent piece, which just looks bland. We actually get like the arena with the panel of judges. We get Alistair Moody and Albus Dumbledore as well. And those printed towers of Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Durmstrang, like such a cool feature as well. And what else? Oh, the egg piece is actually magnetic. So if you take control of Harry and fly up to him, and you have this little magnetic little clip thing in his hand, it will just pick up the egg automatically, and he'll fly off. Yeah, this set is far better than the 2019 version. I was going to make a video on that, but it's kind of unnecessary now. The set's been out for 2 years, so, you know. This is a set I'd want to be remade as a Durmstrang ship. I think there's a lot of Goblet of Fire stuff which Lego missed because it was 2009. Because 2018 we got years 1 to 3, then 2019 we got years like 3 to 5. Essentially, and we missed out on a lot of the 2000s and of the Goblet of Fire sets, in my opinion. We only got a couple, and this is one of them. Would have loved to see. I think they released 2 versions of this. Yeah, they gave, you know, there's like an exclusive version with these 4 figures, but I don't think these figures are exclusive or anything like that. And then we've got the Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix version of Hogwarts Castle, and this set goes for an absolute fortune, and so does that Dolores Umbridge figure. I do really like this castle. A lot of the piece count is fixated on a greenhouse, which, you know, I think it's pretty cool because we never got a greenhouse before. But like stuff like these lion kind of mold printed pieces are really cool. Thestrals are amazing. The minifigures are, you know, as you expect to be decent. The Death Eater is a weird addition, I must say, but everything else is fantastic. I think this is one of the best looking Hogwarts Castle sets. So then we get on to 2010 because there was a big gap. We had 2005, then the only set released from 2005 and 2010 was that 2007 Hogwarts Castle. So for 5 years we only got one set. So that's why it's pretty controversial now, you know, how people consider this 20 years of Lego Harry Potter when it's technically not. It's about 12 if you take away the years which Lego didn't actually give us any Harry Potter sets, but, you know. So onto this Ring Dobby set. I own this set and yeah, it was pretty cool. You get a nice Lucius piece, a much improved Dobby as well, and this build's kind of meh. Essentially you put Lucius here on this stud and you flick that and he fires off because it's being cast by a spell. And then we get another Quidditch set, and this is one of my favourite sets back in the day. This is one of the first Harry Potter sets I ever bought with my own money, actually. It's a shame that the snitch pieces are in chrome, but hey ho. We get one tower, which is like a referee tower with a scoreboard system here. Yeah, this is a really nice set. It's a shame we have to buy 2 of these though, essentially, to make like an actual pitch, but they were cheap. It was only £20 this set, so. And then we get the 3rd edition of Hagrid's Hut, and probably I don't want to say the best because it's all subjective, but I'd definitely say one of the best. And I forgot this came with Norbert. Oh, so this came with Norbert. Okay, so we get Hagrid and his umbrella and a crossbow. Obviously, Harry, Ron, Hermione. Wait, that Ron hairpiece looks so weird. Oh wow, forgot it looked like that. This Aragog is truly horrendous, but we have swords for arms. Like Jesus. I do like this back piece here that it's printed. I mean, why didn't you just reuse this piece in the 2018 version where they use exactly the same piece here, but it's not printed? You've already got the piece like made. Just use it. I think with the 2018 version, but yeah, this Hagrid's Hut set was really cool, and it had a light brick here as well, and it was a pretty good like £40 set. And oh, this set as well was so fantastic. It was only cost you like £60, and you got 6 really cool figures, 5 of them being unique. And this is based off the Half-Blood Prince essentially, and a little bit of the Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets part being this area where you know you put your figure there, you move this like lever down, and you've basically travelled by flue powder somewhere. And this bit obviously is based off kind of the farm area in Half-Blood Prince, where obviously the Death Eaters come and they attack the burrow. But the actual burrow set's really cool. The kitchen at the bottom, you can't see it obviously, but it is it's really really big, and it reminds me of the Great Hall in the 2010 set. It's a lot more open than the new one, but the new one is obviously far better because the way it closes and can swing open and stuff like that. It's got a lot more versatility in the set. But this is a really classic set. And then we get the 4th rendition. Yeah, the 4th rendition of the Hogwarts Express. And we actually get a coal cart here for the first time in a setup which isn't motorised, because I feel like the last time we got a coal cart, the only reason why we got it is because to hide the motor inside. But, this time we actually just get it. It's just a standard feature, which is welcome. The carriage has actually changed quite a bit. We get these like yellow lines around it now, and I think this should have been pearl gold, but it's fine. We get a Ford Anglia with which looks a bit funky. I'm not really too much of a fan of this version, but I like how we get the invisibility cloak as well. Where is the invisibility cloak? Maybe it's invisible, huh? But no, I'm sure we get an invisibility cloak in this set. I just can't really see it. But yeah, this is one of the first times we got Luna as well, and Luna's a fantastic figure. Luna always has great figures, doesn't she? And then we get the 2010 Hogwarts Castle, which is fantastic. You had here was the Gryffindor common room. No, this bit was the gallery at the top, the Gryffindor common room. This was like a fireplace where it had Sirius's face here. That's why you can pull this lever out. Then you had on this floor, I think the only thing here was just a statue or something like that. Then you had the Slytherin common room in the dungeons. Then you had the trophy room here with the library at the top and like the astronomy tower here. Then you had, this was the Great Hall. Then you had, what was here? It was Dumbledore's office here, with like a roof section, and then I can't remember what was here. But yeah, this is a really great set. One of my favourites. I think it only cost about £100, and I really want to buy this set again, but it just costs so much money. It's about 250 quid sealed plus, and I don't really want to spend that money on a set which is 11 years old, but I'll probably get it one day. The minifigure selection for this set is fantastic as well. I really like this Voldemort figure with the white cape. And then we got on to 2011 with the Forbidden Forest set, which is, Lego like to do Forbidden Forest sets, don't they, for like the cheap £10 ones. This dual molded hairpiece is really really nice. I think that's one of the main reasons people bought this set, because you already got a Voldemort. Granted, it's like in like a different, different clothes, but it's still. I think the main attraction here is still this printed like hairpiece, this dual molded hairpiece on Narcissa. So I think this is still 2000. Yeah, still 2011. We get the Night Bus set here. A definite improvement from the 2004 version. We do see some improvements in the way like you board it from the back is a lot different. We also get an Ernie Prang figure, and we actually get an actual piece to represent the shrunken head, also the chandelier. So there definitely is some improvements with this set compared to the 2004 version. But if you want to see more analysis on that, again, link is in the description for my old video. This set was actually just called Hogwarts, which is a bit odd because it just isn't Hogwarts. If anything, it's an extension to Hogwarts, so they should have at least called it, Hogwarts Extension. But mainly it's the Battle of Hogwarts, where you get like a bridge here which does explode in a way. It's got a play feature here with some Dementors and a Death Eater and a lot of the students. But this is a pretty cool set. I mean, it's a standalone, it's not too great, but people mostly got this to attach to their 2010 Hogwarts Castle. And I think this was 2012. No, it was either 2011 or 2012. And this was a Diagon Alley. Again, one of the most expensive and desirable Lego Harry Potter sets still to this day, 10 years on. You get a Gringotts, come on Lego, give us another Gringotts. We get Borgin and Burkes and Ollivanders, and these builds don't look out of place, like even in 2021. Like this Borgin and Burkes building is so nice, the way it's like designed with the curves and like the ivy on the side with the little purple bits. The colour scheme is so nice, and this Ollivander's amazing as well. It's so nice, bright and colourful. The Gringotts, if anything, is the only one which looks a bit out of place due to the shaping, but they did what they could. But it's a really cool set. Let me just see some polybags. There's not really much to see here. So we're on to 2018. I do own all of these sets beyond this point, apart from the 2021 sets that aren't out yet, but obviously we'll be getting them all on day one. We're not really much to say about this one. This is an interesting one. I managed to pick this up for £30, and funnily enough, that figure alone is worth more than that. This Ollivander figure goes for about £50, at least 45 on Bricklink. This set as a whole also goes for about £100. It was given away with a gift for purchase. I think you have to spend £30 plus to get it. But yeah, it is a fantastic little set. Then we get this direct-to-consumer Hogwarts Castle set, which is basically like the UCS version. Again with the founders of Hogwarts, and I've actually put a light kit in mine. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. I might actually do one. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome set. Not really much to say about it. It is one of my favourite Harry Potter sets ever, and I've got it in a display case. But if I was going to go really in depth with that set, it's just going to take me absolutely forever because it's 6,020 pieces. But I'd save that for like a separate video. And then we get like an Aragog set or a Forbidden Forest set, whichever you want to call it, which is pretty standard. This feels longer than like 2 years ago though. I believe some of these sets are retired now, some of these 2018 sets, and they have gone up quite a bit on the aftermarket, which is funny because it's only been 2 years. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool little set. The Aragog can see improvements. The actual legs are fine, but I think again that back piece needs to be printed. Then you get the Whomping Willow set, the only set we've got Filch in so far. We don't get Mrs. Norris, which is a bit baffling because you never really see them two separately. But this set has like Snape's office and Snape's potion room inside, the Forward Angular, which is one of the best versions of the car so far, and the Whomping Willow, which is really cool. You can twist it about and bash the cars and stuff. Yeah, really nice set to add on to your Great Hall. And this is one of my favourite Harry Potter sets ever. I think it's just a really well-rounded set, and if you didn't own any of the Harry Potter sets, I was going to recommend one set for you to buy just to get into the theme, it would be this one, because you're spending £90 or $100. You get 10 great minifigures. You can forget about the snake because the snake is an abomination, but you can throw that in the bin. But you're just getting a really nice solid build with the Great Hall and then like a tower with little rooms in it and stuff. It looks really nice on display, and there's quite a little bit of playability in the set as well. Then we get to the best version of the Hogwarts Express so far. I think the most impressive thing about the set is the train station. We actually get both platforms. You get the Muggle World version of King's Cross, platform 9 and 10, and then get the Magical World. You run through here, and then you get like I think it's the other way around actually. Yeah, you run through here and you get the 9 3/4. Yeah. Because we get the little newspapers and the Sirius Black Wanted sign. This is based off the Prisoner of Azkaban because you get Lupin as well. I think this is the only time we've got Lupin in a set recently as well, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a really cool set. These Dementor pieces, these minifigures I should say, are absolutely awesome. They're one of the most accurate minifigures for Harry Potter, I think. But yeah, the train is much better. We get proper wheels, and yeah, I love how this opens and just swings open rather than like you don't just take the top off. And I think it's one of the, yeah, not even one of the best. It is the best Hogwarts Express we've actually seen so far. And then we get this Quidditch set, which is actually one of my favourites as well, only due to the fact of how good value it is. We're getting 500 pieces with 6 minifigures, and it retails for £35. So I basically bought 2 of these sets. I've got 12 minifigures from it and 1,000 pieces just for £70 retail. That's silly value, just silly. And I basically just made one whole Quidditch pitch. And arguably this is one of the only Quidditch sets where you can buy 2 of, and you know that is enough to make a full Quidditch set, because yeah, you could buy 2 of the 2010 version or 2 of the 2001 version, but that only came with 1 tower, where this comes with 4 of all the 4 different houses. So you could easily, that's easily enough. You just have 2 of each, and that easily makes a good like proper Quidditch pitch. And then we get the brick heads. Now I didn't buy these on release, and I regret that so much because I had to buy them on the aftermarket, and God, they've gone up so much. I wasn't a big fan of brick heads when they released, but I've soon like grown to like them. I don't love them, but you know I like them. Especially this Dumbledore one is super nice. I do own this one as well. Obviously, I own all these, so but this is a great little set. We get 4 unique minifigures, and I like the fact how they've remade 3 of these figures. They've remade Dolores, they've remade Slughorn, and they've remade Madam Hooch, but they've remade them all like differently, so these ones are kept exclusive, which I appreciate, because Lego could have easily just, you know, used these same figures, but you know that wouldn't have been fair to people who bought this, so I appreciate the fact they've done that. And this was the Journey to Hogwarts kind of set. I bought a couple of those, and then we're getting on to 2019 I think now, and this one we get Sirius Black again, but we get I mean, I know it's not in just a normal clothes, which I'd want, but this is proper improvement from the 2004 version, whatever the last time was we got them. And obviously these 2 Dementor pieces, but I think the main reason people are buying this set was because of the Stag Patronus, which is just phenomenal. Like, I just wish we got another set like this, of this scale, that was just the Forest of Dean, which came with the Doe Patronus at this scale, with like the Icy Lake with the Gryffindor sword at the bottom. It'll be such a nice set, honestly. This is the Hungarian Horntail set I was talking about, where the head just doesn't look right. There's no teeth. Why is there no teeth? Deary me. It just looks too, like, clean and smooth. It looks like an eagle, where the actual dragon is meant to be dead jaggedy and, you know, uneven and all the rest of it. The wings are cool. This tail is a bit... I'm not really a fan of this tail. But this set I'm just not really a fan of, to be honest. The minifigures are the only attraction here for me, because you get all 4 of the champions, which we didn't get in the last version. The tent for me is just a bit bland, and there's just nothing appealing. You get this little rock formation, and I don't know, it's just not really a good set for me. Then we get to the 2019 Hagrid's Hut, which is fantastic. We get Cornelius Fudge, Harry, Ron, Hermione again, and Hagrid, and McNair the Executioner, and Buckbeak. And this is the first Hagrid's Hut set, and the only one that's based off the Prisoner of Azkaban, because the Hagrid's Hut, the appearance of it changed from years 1 to 2, where it was just this lone kind of it was just the Hagrid's Hut. It didn't have like an extension, and from the 3rd year onwards they've added this extension, so it's nice to have this version. And definitely one of the strongest Hagrid's Hut sets. Yeah, I think this was quite expensive. I'm sure this was about £60, £65, which is pretty steep, but you know, it's still a great set. And then we get the Clock Tower, which was a nice set. We get a lot of exclusive minifigures. I mean, every single one of them was exclusive. We got 8 exclusive minifigures. But I think it's too Christmassy themed, especially with the minifigures. I know it's obviously based off the Yule Ball set, but, you know, I wish we could, like, it wasn't so much Christmassy themed. And then we get the 2019 Nightbus set, which saw massive improvements in most areas. Including the fact we get like the shrunken head can actually hang from the ceiling and wobble. The chandelier piece is an improvement, and the fact we don't have to take the bus apart just to put someone inside of it. You know, because this whole panel swings open, and it's definitely an improved version for the other save. There are some drawbacks, but again, I discussed that more in my Nightbus video. Again, link is in the description. Then we get the Beaubaton carriage, which is retired now and goes for a hell of a lot more in the aftermarket. This set didn't appeal to me at all, but I got it because I'm a collector of Harry Potter and all the rest of it. But you've got some nice, unique figures, and it is a nice carriage, but it's just not like the. I think this is more aimed at like the females. Like this does like detach from the roof, and you can like flip it open, so it's got 2 stores and. Like 2 stories, I should say, sorry. And then this Hagrid figure should have been... Like, it's really annoying because this Hagrid figure... Where's the Clock Tower? Should have been in this set. But he doesn't appear in it. He, for some reason, it appears in this set, and Hagrid's in this outfit doesn't actually, you know, appear close to this carriage in any scene in the film. So it's a bit odd. But if you had the Clock Tower set, I feel you'd feel impulsed to buy this one just for this Hagrid figure. But yeah, so we've got the advent calendars, which no one buys for any of the builds. Everyone just wants the minifigures, but hey, the minifigures are pretty cool, I guess. We get Flitwick here and exclusive Harry and Ron with the jumpers on. This set's fantastic. This is one of the best £20 sets I've ever seen. We get obviously the Tom Riddle's grave, so technically it's 5 minifigures. The Wormtail figure is fantastic. The Voldemort's just awesome. Get Harry. I wish this was dark red though, not light red. In his Triwizard uniform. And then this Dementor is amazing as well. The Cup I'm not so much a fan of. I wish it was the one we got in the CMF series, just the just a normal mould piece, not a brick built one. But the play feature for this set's pretty cool. How Voldemort can literally rise. And yeah, it's a really nice set. I love how the ground is also uneven. Like it's not just flat. They've not just, you know, being cheap and used a base plate. They've actually, you know, given it depth and stuff, which is really cool. Not much really to say about that. This is a pretty cool set. This is a gift for purchase set. I don't know how much this goes for on the aftermarket. I imagine more than like what it actually retailed for in Lego Land Discovery Centres, which was £20. But it's a pretty cool set. Like, you push it along and this bites, so I'm not really sure what came with Draco though. And then we got the accessory pack, which which everyone bought, sorry, just for this printed Modernist map piece, and now I did. And then we're getting on to 2020, and we get obviously Luna, Harry and Hermione. This is one of my favourite versions of these characters, especially Harry and Hermione. I just think they look really nice in the Order of the Phoenix. And we get all this Patronus pieces as well. We get the rabbits, we get the otter, you know, stuff like that. And it's just a really nice set. The actual build's pretty boring, but, you know, it's only £17.99, I think it was, so it's whatever. This set I wasn't too much a fan of. Obviously, everyone's buying this set because Umbridge and the Centaurs, but the tree just looks childish and doesn't look like any of the other trees compared to the like that they've given us in like a Harry Potter, so it doesn't really match. And then this Grope looks alright from the front, but on the back he's just completely plated up. There's no detail at all, so he looks really silly from the back. But it's a decent set, I guess. This set is fantastic for Privet Drive. This build's really nice. I wish it had like a bigger garden, and I wish this bit extended out a bit more, because I think that'd be more realistic to the film. Yeah, everything from like the sign to these figures and stuff, it's all very desirable. I think this Dobby figure is definitely a downgrade though compared to the 2010 version. I just think the face mold doesn't work. Like the just the smile just doesn't seem right. But we get a Ford Angular, which is slightly upgraded from the 2018 Whomping Willow set. And yeah, you basically attach this to the chains and it pulls the whole thing off. And there's a little play feature where you put the letters through this little hole and you can like fire them out into the living room. So yeah, really cool set. And then we get the Astronomy Tower, which is the tallest Harry Potter set made since 2018. Obviously we get a load of unique minifigures, but they're all, again, themes too much on Lockhart's like party. Not Lockhart, sorry, Slughorn's party. We also get a greenhouse bit, and I'm not really sure if I think I like the set better than the Clock Tower, but I think none of them come close to the Great Hall. But yeah, there's a lot going on here. We've obviously got like a floor here, floor here, floor here, floor here, and then we get like a base floor. So it is a really nice set. It only just fits in my little cabinet. And then we've got like the big like Master Builder kind of Diagon Alley set, which is basically 4 modular buildings fit into one. It does retail for £370 or $400, so it is the most expensive Harry Potter set ever made. But I think it's going to be a hell of a good investment, and it's just a hell of a set. If you're a Harry Potter fan and you don't own this set, definitely look to pick this one up. But I'd wait until Black Friday first though, because usually Black Friday you see deals. So you could find this for like £100 off, £70 off, something like that. If you can buy the set for £300 or less, it's just a must buy for anyone, that is, because I do think this will shoot up in value once it's retired. I've made an investment guide video on a lot of these sets, but I'll link that in the description as well. But yeah, just the minifigures of this set alone is going to pay for half of it in a few years' time. Like this Gilderoy Lockhart figure here is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I have this in a big display case, and it's really one of the most impressive pieces in my collection. So then we come on to the Hedwig set, which is, a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do. I mean, the people who buy the set most are the people who really aren't into Lego, but they really like Harry Potter, but they see this for like £30-40. I think it retails for 35, and they want this for their, just to display on their desk. It's a really nice little display piece on their desk. I mean, you get like a Harry figure as well from the Philosopher's Stone, which is one of my favourite Harry figures, with the little blue gloves and the Hedwig. But yeah, it's really cool. You turn this and you swivel it, and the wings flap, and it looks pretty accurate to how it would actually flap in real life. I mean, there is some issues with it, like it's not the most stable build, and these stickers are horrendous, like the letter ones. But apart from that, it's a really cool set. The Burrow, definitely improvement from the 2010 version, which that wasn't even a bad set. This is just an amazing set, and the way this opens up is really clever, and the way that it's like slanted on an angle as well is really clever. No illegal techniques here. It's all perfectly legal. And yeah, this is one of my favourite sets to buy. You rarely see this on sale as well. But yeah, if you were going to buy, back onto that actually, I should say, you do rarely see this on sale, but I don't think that should put you off buying it for either an investment or if you just wanted to own this set, because I think this is really going to shoot up in value after the fact, and I think the only reason why it's not on sale is because there's a lot of people buying it. But yeah, so I've got another advent calendar here with some unique figures. Again, it's based off the Yule Ball though, so and it doesn't really interest me too much. Then we get some more Brickheads. This is based off a gift with purchase set we got, and it's a shame we're getting this Hagrid one remade because I wish we just got someone new. But we're finally on to 2021, January of 2021, where we get these books. I think this is the worst one, but this McGonagall figure is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the most detailed and amazing McGonagall figures we've seen, and not just McGonagall figures, but Harry Potter figures we've seen just in general. But for the actual books in order, I'll go, this is the worst. This would be second best. This would be the best. And then this would be the third, or second worst to third best. Yeah, that's the order I'd do it in. So then we're getting on to the summer 2021 Harry Potter sets. I forgot to put the Mosaic on here, but that's technically under Lego Art and not Harry Potter, but that exists. I did buy 4 of those Mosaics, and I basically built the big Hogwarts crest with it. But if you were going to buy that set, I definitely wouldn't buy it at retail. I don't think it's worth buying at retail. You can get it for less than £100 pretty easily. So, yeah. So this set, we've got it's obviously the first 25th anniversary sets. We get Cat Hermione, Harry and Ron, which can also be transformed into Crabbe and Goyle. And this is a set which people are only going to buy for the minifigures, I think, because the build's pretty basic. It does attach to the new Chamber of Secrets set that comes out in 2021, but let's be real, people are only buying the set for the minifigures mainly, which is fine, in the £17-18 set. Then we get a fluffy set, which I'm not too much a fan of. Again, I've gone up through all these sets in detail. I'll leave a link to that video as well in the description below. But I'm not too much a fan of this set. This set I do really like. I wish it actually came with a Shrieking Shack, but hopefully we'll just get a remake of that one day, I hope. And then the Chamber of Secrets, this is one of my favourite sets ever. Like, I haven't even built it yet, just look at it. We get the Chamber of Secrets, the Great Hall, we get the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, the office, the astronomy tower thing. It just looks so cool. I'm so glad we get a really nice basilisk for the first time since 2002. So in 19 years, that's pretty amazing. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we also get a glow-in-the-dark Nick figure, which is like a throwback to the old glow-in-the-dark figures we got, like Voldemort and Snape back in 2001. So yeah, we get the chess set as well. This is a really nice set. I think the set only costs about 60 quid, so it's not too bad for the value. You get about 800 odd pieces. A lot of those small, obviously, because they're only going to go into these little chess pieces. But this is a set you can get endless playability from if you're an adult or a kid. So definitely a set which I'd recommend to all ages. The buildable figures I don't really have much of an opinion on. I'm going to reserve judgment until I build them, let's put it that way. But it is awkward that we don't get Ron here. We just get Harry and Hermione, which is, it's a bit unfortunate. And it costs a lot as well. It costs about £120. And then we get another kind of bird set, just like the Hedwig set, this time Forks. And I do think this is an improvement from the last one for a lot of reasons. Again, I go into depth of why I think it's an improvement from the 2019 Hedwig set in that video I'll link down in the description below, so look out for that. This set, I think this set, the only problem with this set is it costs too much. It costs about $30. It doesn't look like a $30 set. The figures in the set are good, but we don't get a Harry either. And for a £28 or $30 set, they should have at least gave us a Harry figure because he's so essential to this scene. And then we get these brick heads. The picture quality here is not too great, but we haven't actually got official images from these sets, I don't believe yet. But it's a shame we get this remake because we've already got all these brick heads like in previous years. And this Harry one just looks ridiculous, I think, with the eyes. I know they're meant to be glasses, but still. And then we get Voldemort, Nagini, and Bellatrix. This is one I'm looking forward to. And hopefully, hopefully these won't be too expensive. I don't think any of these two will be a gift with purchase set, but hopefully it's not going to cost me a lot of money to buy. I think they'll probably be about £30 each. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be quite a long one, but I thought, it'll make a good, nice little chill video. Background, I should say, and treat it as a podcast. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like. Make sure to leave a comment and subscribe.